You're either stuck in the low ranks, you suck at fighting games, or something is wrong with your gameplay, which is the reason why you clicked on this video. The truth hurts. The cold-hearted truth hurts, but sometimes people need to know the truth in order to figure out what exactly is wrong with their gameplay. Alright, so there's multiple things to consider in the long run when it comes down to getting better at fighting games. Knowing how to anti-air, proper meaties, button mashing, reacting to drive impact since this is Street Fighter 6, watching your replays, combos, more and more and more. So of course, getting better doesn't happen over time. It's a grind, it's a commitment. You have to be willing to put in the time in order to see the results. The results does not come overnight. The more time you put into dedicating and to becoming better at this game, the better results in the end. You should always focus on improving at first, and then the wins will come later. Hey, yo, Etta, let's go ahead and get the live footage rolling. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, and the first thing that we will be talking about is anti-airing, the #1 tool to becoming better at neutral and controlling the spacing. Whenever your opponent is jumping like a jackrabbit, just jumping around left and right, guess what? This is guaranteed damage for you to take them out the air for doing something that they should not be doing. So, of course, every character is different, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be demonstrating with DJ, but it's still the same rule of thumb across all characters. So, boom, say your opponent is jumping and they're jumping at you. You should always try your best to just take them out of there. So, for DJ, I have back roundhouse, I have my slide, and of course I have jackknife maximum. Alright, so those are my 3 options if you are a DJ player. So understanding what your character has in their toolkit when it comes down to anti-airing is the #1 tool to controlling the spacing and forcing your opponent to play the playstyle that you want them to play. So if you're able to take away their jumping, you're already controlling the space better than them. So make this #1 uno when it comes down to playing Street Fighter 6. And of course, if you are in the low ranks, you already know what I'm talking about. People like to jump, alright? You already know this. They don't like to stay grounded. So the more they jump, you punish them each and every time. It's free guaranteed damage. Do not miss this opportunity to drop their health zone. So if you feel like you're somebody who's kind of lackluster when it comes down to anti-airing, please try your best to just practice it on player 1 side, practice it on player 2 side. Alright, get used to seeing the jump, reacting to it, punish them. Bada bing, bada boom. That's simple. Situation #2, meaties. We all know people like to mash jab on wake ups, mash jab through frame traps, mash jab anytime they get. So understanding how to put 2 and 2 together and stop your opponent from doing this option is another good way of being able to apply damage and stopping them from doing something that they shouldn't be doing. We're going to set them to wake up reversal, which is going to be crouch and jab, and block reversal, crouch and jab. Alright, so we have a jab for 2 options. One of the true strings in this game is triple jab. Even though it's -1 on block, they all chain together. They will get hit each and every time. So if you're fighting against somebody that's always trying to just you know what I'm saying, just jibby jab jabs, jibby jab 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 jabs, guess what? Just do that. And some characters actually have the benefit, the perk of having a medium or fierce that's actually plus on block. So if that's the case, you can sometimes start with that button and then go into a jab, because this game isn't like Street Fighter 5 where you have multiple buttons that's plus on block. You could frame trap this with that, then bada bing, bada boom. Nah, Street Fighter 6 is kind of limited when it comes down to stopping the opponent from pressing, unless we're introducing drive rush, where it adds +4 to any button that you decide to throw out. Boom, boom, counter hit. Boom, boom, counter hit. Why is this counter hit? Because my standing medium punch is +2 on block. So anytime they decide they want to press a button after this, they will get counter hit. If I press a button that's fast enough to actually counter hit the jab, which is Luke's 4 frame. So of course I don't want to press standing medium, because it's going to be a clean counter hit for Luke to contest. So of course this ties into understanding frame data which ties into knowing how to properly stop your opponent from pressing the button. So of course, if we introduce drive rush, of course everything gets +4. So we can start linking those mediums, those heavies. Options broaden once drive rush is introduced. Same thing with knockdown. Understanding the plus situation after a dash up on quick rise, back rise, and taking advantage of that will allow you to properly apply a meaty to your opponent's wake up, which also stops them from being able to press a button as they're waking up. So a lot of people in the low ranks, they tend to mess this up because they haven't properly practiced the timing on setups, right? It's perfectly fine. It takes a minute, depending on the player, it may take longer, but this is something that you want to practice if you want to properly stop your opponent from always pressing buttons and you can get the lead going. It's time to party! See, I messed it up on purpose because I knew, you know what I'm saying, all I had to do was go 8. But of course I could do it with my eyes closed. Not actually with my eyes closed, but you get the point. Time for number 3. This is the make or break of this game. We all know it. We probably all hate it. Drive impact. You either react to it or you don't. Most people, they probably getting caught by it 9 times out of 10. So drive impact is the knowledge check of this game. If you not reacting to it, it's a free wall splat at the corner. It's a free follow-up. It's guaranteed damage, right? Bada bing, bada boom. If your mind isn't reacting to this, this feature of this game could easily free you up. All right, so it may be easier said than done, but try your best to react to this as much as possible. This feature of this game will probably make you feel like you completely suck. Don't feel bad. It's supposed to make you feel like that, all right? Just imagine going through dash ups, drive rush, getting overheaded, getting hit with lows, you getting thrown, and then all of a sudden your opponent just throws out a drive impact. It happens. To be honest, you probably won't react to each one if your opponent is playing a proper mix-up game, because at this point the mental stack is building, you have a lot of things to worry about, and then boom, drive impact just comes out of nowhere. Don't feel bad. But there are situations that can actually help you react to this a little bit better. I've actually covered this in a previous video. I'll go ahead and go over it one more time. Say you are applying a lot of pressure with jabs, right? If you're applying a lot of pressure with jabs, it's real easy. When I say it's easy, it is very easy to still counteract to drive impact. Now, of course, you don't want to get caught pressing a button that's a little bit heavy on startup, because the heavier the startup, the more likely that drive impact will actually catch counter hit. Drive impact is also a real good knowledge check. You don't want to get caught autopiloting most of your strings. So say I do double jab into medium so bad. It's a free punish counter. If you get caught committing to anything, drive impact will most likely. Definitely don't want to autopilot your offense, because drive impact will always be on that back end of probably happening. So that's actually the reason why you see people poke with jabs a lot, because it allows them to still be ready for drive impact. You may also see people do button into drive rush button. By the time you drive rush and press another button that's fast on recovery, you could actually still drive impact. Just like that. Boom. All right, next primal tip, combos. Combos. Whenever you land a hit, you want to make sure it hurt. You make them pay off for each wake up. Everything can easily start flowing at the sake of a combo, right? So whenever you land a hit, you don't want to just settle for a simple sweep for a knockdown then just call it a day, or just a regular sweep then call it a day. Say you get a confirm, or you realize you land a hit with a jab, right? Yeah, it's cool to get that triple jab and a medium so bad, perfectly fine. But if you have a full stock, do not be afraid to spin that meter for that extra corner carry, more damage. You know what I'm saying? Get used to the flow of your character's combos, understand their routes, and understand what they want. Whenever you land a hit, you want to make sure you make it count. Same thing with optimizing punishes. Let's just say Luke, for example, do low forward into light flash knuckle, which is negative 18 on block. If he commits to this, you want to make sure you make him pay. And then, you know what I'm saying? Make him feel the beat. Make him feel the beat. Almost 5k damage for a combo off a punish, right? I've seen some replays where a situation has happened like this and the player actually settles for a sweep and then they just continue to just flow with the match. I'm like, no, you miss so much damage. Ever they do something, you need to make their life balls suffer. Make them light balls. Hey! You know what I'm saying? Make them pay. So of course it doesn't happen overnight, but get used to the combo routes for whatever character you decide to play. Whenever you see a straight hit land, you have to know how to confirm off it. Like say I land 2 straight jabs. 2 straight jabs that I didn't expect to land. Guess what? I'm gonna react and I'm gonna make sure I follow up accordingly. I probably wouldn't burn that meter like that. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that and just not spend the extra meter like that. Or this. Last but not least is gonna be a TED Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to watch your replays. You have to watch your replays. I know it sucks when it comes down to having to watch yourself lose, watching yourself mess up. It's something that's hard to stomach. But when you actually sit through it, you notice everything you did wrong as a player. You start questioning your decision making. You start questioning, oh, why I did this at this given time? Why did I punish like this when I could have got way more damage? Oh, she did that? And it was that negative on block? Oh, I could have got this off of that? Bet. It gives you a whole lot of details and questions that come floating towards you once you realize it, and then it just helps benefit you for the next time you run into this character. You can do that for any matchup that you feel like you're lacking in. If you're struggling against Luke, go watch your Luke replays. Go watch other players play against Luke. Understand what they're doing. Realize what you're not doing, what that player is doing, and then you start incorporating what he's doing into your game plan. Watching replays will always be something that's going to help benefit you in the long run as a player. Do not be afraid to watch your losses. It took me a minute to understand that. I'm starting to get better at it, and I can feel myself getting better the more I do it. Tech tips guide to understanding what you are doing. You are your own worst enemy. Nobody understands you the way you do. So if you able to understand what you did, you can't go wrong. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are new to this channel because of this video. I'm Nightmare for those who may have not noticed yet. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Of course, it doesn't have to end there. I am a DJ player, so if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click this one that just popped up right here and watch how I did Young Whippersnappers and rank with DJ. I promise you, you will love it.